Then another piece, point 3, is having a clear differentiator between KPIs and OKRs and what that means. So OKR is an objective and key result. In summary, OKRs are an effective goal setting and leadership tool for communicating what you want to accomplish and what milestones you want to meet in order to accomplish it. I think the key ones here are like a KPI, something more static, it's set in stone. You can't really move it for the year, where OKRs you revisit every quarter, as an example. Because we try and be as agile as possible, we're reviewing our OKRs every month and what are the key results to achieve it. So I'll go through some examples of our objectives for awareness, consideration, acquisition, and advocacy. So what that means for us, and then you can obviously draw some parallels and start trying to understand what that could mean for you, for your business, or for your clients. Okay, so what is Measurebyte? What do we want to achieve, right? So we've got this OKR sort of framework that we work off with, this methodology. And you would have seen the measurement framework last week. And you'll know that if you heard last week's session, we focus on awareness, consideration, acquisition, and advocacy. So what is an objective for us at the awareness stage, right? So for us, it's brand mentions. That's something that we know that we can measure. Even if it's manual, we can still measure it. And there are going to be certain key results. So a key result here is, for us, LinkedIn followers. Now you might say, well, that's a vanity metric. It is, but paired with some other metrics that can counter that or keep it honest, it's quite an important metric that we need to track. So if you have a certain amount of followers, we need to know how many earned impressions or organic impressions we're getting off that, how many video views we're getting off that. And then on YouTube, which is more of a long-term strategy. We're not seeing big results just yet off YouTube, but we're still small. Already I can say that we've had international inquiries, but I don't say we're not doing it well. I think we can do a lot better. We're also tracking subscribers, video views, and average watch rate. Again, there's a counter metric. Subscribers, you might say, is a vanity metric. Video views and average watch rate are those counter metrics to keep it honest, right? So you could have thousands of subscribers, but video views and average watch rate might be low. Or video views might be high, but average watch rate is low. So you have to keep these counter metrics in place to ensure that you're going to achieve your objective of brand mentions. Because we know that if we can do these things right, more people are going to start talking about us in the media, etc. And obviously there are things that we can also stimulate the brand mentions. Like what can we do to push that? And I'll get to that a little later. The other one is, so we have objectives and key results. So to achieve these key results, we also need to focus on implementation, right? So it's one thing having an objective, and it's another thing knowing that we need to achieve certain results. Ultimately, there's still work that needs to be done, right? So we look at and we measure the inputs. So how many page posts are we posting? Me personally, as a leader in the business, a thought leader in the industry, how many posts am I publishing? How many short videos are we publishing? How many long videos are we publishing, like long form content? How many Q&A sessions and webinar sessions like this are we doing? And we are getting better at it. Hence, this is the second session. We tried to do it, or we wanted to do it last year, but just never had a chance. And then blog posts. How many blog posts are we publishing per month? And we track all this. So these are measurable inputs. So that was awareness. Now we look at consideration, right? So one would assume if we're doing awareness right, then the objective for consideration becomes new engaged users. So how many people are arriving on our website? And we use Google Analytics for that. Okay, so if we're doing awareness right, if we're reaching our objectives, if we're doing the key results, if we're managing and monitoring our inputs and we're doing it well, we are going to get new engaged users. Again, metrics that matter. You can start seeing how they start coming together. There are going to be certain key results needed to get to new engaged users. So brand search impressions, we want to monitor that. How many people are actually searching Measurebyte in Google? And we obviously use Search Console for that. And then the counter to that is non-brand search impressions. So anything but Measurebyte, what is being searched for and how much. And for us, there's a big opportunity there, and we're not really taking advantage of that like we should, and it'll come through in the reporting. Then social traffic and social click-through rates. Again, important metrics to be able to measure intent. So now you've got the awareness, you're pushing content out. What is, when you're publishing the content, what is the intent to go and actually explore more? Obviously, back to our website. So intent, again, is quite a big thing at a consideration phase. Not necessarily not ready to submit a form or inquire. They're just looking, but it's still an important metric.